Hello, good morning and welcome to Joy News Interactive, the show that gives you a voice. My name is Benis Abebrese. Let's go straight to the menu for today's show. Have you seen the latest Banku breast funding video? What do you think about the call for his arrest? I'll also tell you about Faisal, an artist who has created and opened an art exhibition in commemoration of the June 3rd flood and fire disaster. Now, this is how you can join the show. Get onto our Facebook page. Our name is Joy News on TV. The various issues we discuss here are posted there. Kindly leave your comments in the comment section. Tweet at us at Joy News on TV on Instagram. We are at Joy News on TV. Alternatively, you can send me a WhatsApp message on 0560 800,000 0560 800 000. Riddle. Which Ghanaian celebrity has now graduated from bleaching to fondling of breast in public? Did I hear you say Bukom Banku? Yes, you're right. Well, yesterday, photos and videos of the bleaching boxer fondling the breast of two young-looking ladies went viral on social media, and this has pushed Ghanaian actress Abebrese to call for his arrest. She basically wants the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to order the arrest of Bukom Banku for that despicable act. Watch this. Well, there you have it. So tell us what you make of Banku's action and the call for his arrest. Well, I spoke to some people in the streets, and here's what they had to say.
Actually, I've heard the news about him fondling breast of. Anyway, to what I've seen, not into detail anyway, but you can see actually he's holding a breast of a lady anyway, character anyway. Depends when the person gets to a certain level. Some they become some arrogant kind of person. I don't know, it's a human life. And someone needs to guide him anyway, to talk to him. He might change.
You see, for some time now, he wants to see whether his name still exists as a celebrity or whether he's been an obsolete now. Because some time ago a rumor came out that he's got involved in an accident. He faked his own death. And when he was asked regarding his death, he said he wants to know whether Ghanaians still love him. He wants to know whether his name as a celebrity still exists. So doing this, he knew this would go viral, and with that, people will get him talking, and he will still come back.
Just to get the attention, get the public eye. Oh, I'm Bukom Banku. I'm still here because you're a boxer. I don't even know if he's a musician. He's a boxer, or he wants to be some kind of celebrity. We don't know who you are right now because we know you as a boxer. So if you are bleaching, I try and say you want to be a musician, so you are bleaching or what. So we don't really get to the whole idea. And if you start bleaching and you're telling people you don't care, that's what you like, then what's the kind of motivation you're giving to the young ones coming up, looking after you, like looking up to you? It's not a good thing.
So if Bukom Banku was right here in front of you, what would you tell him?
I'll tell him to act as a grown man, act as his age, because he's about 40 years, like he's 40 years.
48. And beside his age, he has gotten to the level of what do you call it? I would say a celebrity, a local celebrity, and as a celebrity, you get to a level, you become a person of influence. So his influence should be a positive impact, not bleaching.
Feel free to share with us what you think on the number 0560 800,000 here on WhatsApp. Let's get onto Facebook because he's actually making a lot of people angry here on Facebook. And well, there you have it. That's a photo. I showed you the video, but that's a photo that has gone viral. Let's pick some comments on Facebook. Frank Leonard Ozoki, he laughs and says, Ghana, 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 you really have time. Could it be that there's work scarcity in your police force? Come to Nigeria and see breast on the street begging for a useful hand to touch them. And he says, hashtag get busy. There are two replies to that, and this is where I always get interested because I want to see what people have to say about what Frank just said. Peter Asari says, funny things here. And Mama Bakojo says, this man, Pa, why are you doing this to your body? Are you an apple and orange? which kind of topical village are you? I don't think he's really Ghanaian, because in Ghana, well, he uses a term a lot of people. He says our eyes are open, meaning that we know what's good. He says this is village life. And Maxwell Kujo Tai says, what? No arrest. If the girls are not interested, they themselves will tell the police. So this is not a police matter. That's in response to Amake Abebrese's call that he should be arrested. Now he says if he had raped them, then he could be arrested. Osa Justice Small says, freedom of speech. What about the ones the actors are doing on camera in the name of film? He's asking. Are the girls complaining? If no, then keep your call to yourself. That's the Amake Abebrese. William Safo Beif, he says, she wasn't forced. I've seen lots of movies in which they were fondled, kissed, and sexually abused. Will you call for the arrest of those actors, plus those innumerable music videos depicting same acts? Ama, I'm not in support of Bukom Banku, but I think you should rather channel your energy to educating young girls. Well, educated ladies will never stoop that low, and that's what he thinks. Dembo Manaf says, the girl is definitely a minor, but the gender ministry will by all means turn a blind eye to this, because our current government, well, he thinks, has made it clear to us they don't arrest their own, no matter what the person does. Well, here on WhatsApp, this says, well, Robert Avedzida, did I get it right? And you think that Bukom Banku is, you think there's something wrong with him. I can't read exactly what you wrote, but that's what you mean. And Della in KJB says, I think he should be arrested because the girls, he should not, you mean, but you type he should, because the girls are not complaining. This is Della in KJB. This one says, he didn't fondle their breast, he just used his hand to protect it from our sides. Raman from Sanko, we couldn't show you that on TV, but he actually did fondle their breast. And this one says, please allow Banku Flesh to enjoy himself. And this is Lexus in DC. Alokaji from Tema says, Banku didn't press the breast, his hand is only on the breast, and you are wondering what kind of journalism this is. Well, like I said, we couldn't show you that on television, but he actually did press their breasts. And this one says, Bukom Banku pa, this guy should be arrested. And this is from Sami Tuga in Sawam. And this one says, why in the first place must one behave like this? This act must be condemned by all. Children are also watching. This is from Morap Edward, the separate pharmacy in Konongo. And this one says, Bukom Banku should be considered a social misfit and should be arrested for his indecent act. And this is Ej Boachi in Sunyani. Now, the issue of indecent act also comes up here. And this one says, I think Bukom Banku just wants fame. Seriously, this is an immature act. He needs a counselor. This is from Efia in Konongo. Thanks for your message. Stony Z from Mampo says, Bukom Banku, why? Okay, and he says that, and he's laughing. Kwame Yeboah from Takrade says, no one should talk about what Banku is doing. He doesn't know what he is doing. Okay, that's what he thinks. And this one says, Banku, I want to fight you, but you didn't add your name and location. I'll be glad to let him know that you're calling for a fight, but just be prepared for it. And this one says, this guy is possessed. Banku is not normal and he seriously needs advice. A lot of your messages coming in. This one says, Amake Abebrese must do something with her time. This one says, why do we waste our time to talk about Banku? This is from Bogolo. And this one says, Bukom Banku is not a role model, so he needs to live above what society does not appreciate. He needs counseling. This is Desmond Komashi in Keta. And this one says, Amake Abebrese must get something doing and get herself busy. These celebrities who wear dresses exposing their private parts are all over the place. She should call for the arrest of all the ladies who have chosen prostitution as their business. Leave the man alone. And this is from Berima Kubaji in Jenejene. Okay, so let's do some Facebook comment here and we can move on. Augustine Yeredem says, if the ladies in question feel harassed as is being forcibly fondled, they may report to the police for sexual harassment, and that's an offense under our laws. And so, well, Amabella also says, the side of what Bukom Banku did makes me sick. And besides, the girl too looks like She likes what he's doing to her. So you will urge the actress to forget about it, and she laughs about it and sighs and says it's funny though. Margaret Ohima Nkrumah says, indeed, he should be arrested. I just don't know why he's using this irresponsible life to gain popularity in Ghana. Ghana cannot tolerate such behaviors. Okay, here on WhatsApp, this one says, what was Banku doing massaging the girl's breast to show the world he knows how to do it better? Or it says this guy needs to be arrested. And this one says, Banku should not display his indecent act in public. And this is from Evans Boami, sending us this from the Volta region. Thanks for your comment. And this one is from Koto from Yeji, says Banku again, and says it's a problem. Godfred Damte Labi, you write that you're sending us this message from Pantine, and you say Bukom Banku is making a big mockery of ladies and women by fondling their past in public. Aside his history of physically abusing ladies, it clearly shows that little money and fame are not everything. A lot of your messages coming in, but would have to move on. This one says, we are sick as a nation. Is this a person to waste our resources and energies on? And then he says, schools, hospital, foods are not resolved. And this is from Ahmed in Tamale. So on Joy News Interactive, this is what we do. We allow you to have your say on issues that are trending. And Jacob Zinyele from Afram Plain says, honestly, Banku should be arrested because he isn't morally sound. Besides, he is a mentor to other people. So let's move away from that now. I'll be telling you about something innovative a young man is doing. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into that story. Please stay on. Thanks for staying on Joy News Interactive with me, Benis Abebrese. Now let's move away from Bukom Banku and all that he's been doing. Now, every polythene you see on the ground is wealth. That's according to Faisal, an artist who has created and exhibited an artwork at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle in commemoration of the June 3 flood and fire disaster that occurred last year. Now, I was at the exhibition this morning and I have been interacting with the artist. On Joy News Interactive today, we're doing something really different. Now, I hit the streets to find out from people how they are commemorating June 3, which is a few days away from now. And I met this rather interesting way of commemorating the event. And this is an artwork, and it's actually rubbish that is the theme, or rubbish is what has been used to create this particular artwork. And the creator of the artwork is here with me. Hi, Faisal. How are you?
I'm very fine. Good morning.
Good morning. I must say, this is really beautiful. I'm not sure I'm going to forget this anytime soon, but why this?
All right. First of all, I'm very grateful to have this opportunity with Joy News, and I appreciate the much. It was Joy News that is giving me this interview this early morning. I first of all took my inspiration from Joy News documentary about Singapore. That is where I took my inspiration. And I also took my motivation from Ibrahim Mahama. Last year, when the disaster occurred, all is about the flooding. Because if you look at this way, this is not a waterways, but this is how the flood has reached this place and created all this havoc and this disaster. So from there, I took the inspiration when Ibrahim came and started desilting the gutter, the Odo River. So there was some kind of confusion there and about people are accusing him of using the government machines by dredging, all this kind of thing. So he came out on media, he made some comment. That was what motivated me much. He said, hey, instead of you be talking about him, look at the opportunities. More than billions of opportunities are outside there. People are working on it every day and they didn't know. They are going around seeking for opportunities. So I think the motivation plus plus the inspiration from the Joy News. So I said, no, this team must come out with something, because we cannot continue by witnessing this kind of disaster anytime it is rainy season. So from there, I say, oh, wow, let me start research. So anytime I enter in the net and do some research and I come out with an idea and I add my own ideas and I come out with something different. So from there, I just started it last year. That's where I started. And I said, this is about 1 year. and I took all this inspiration from what occurred. So why not to do something and show out to the public? Because I like to send a message there so that people will know that instead of you to be using this thing and creating all this of disaster and all these kind of things, why not you should use it in a way that it will benefit us and created a lot of jobs. So that's how I come by body. Last week Monday was the day I started it. Okay, so if you could look at it, you could see a lot of meaning about it. If you look at the man standing there, he's a fire service man who came in to rescue people when the disaster occurred. So from the man, you can see him shedding tears. The tears show you that all Ghanaians have shed tears concerning what happened then. So from the tears, you could see it is the same tears that drop in as a black policy. The tears tells you that it's the darkest tears of Mother Ghana ever. So that is the tears there. And this is a pregnant woman who has lost her life. So the man carried the dead body just to this thing. So that is how it comes. If it comes down, you could see this is the plastic waste. This is what caused the problem. We caused the problem. Nobody else caused it. It's not the government thing, we cause it. So this is the problems. And these problems, they are money. Instead of you to create problem, let's use it and create money and create a lot of jobs. So it's my vision. I'm now about to create, that's my vision, to create 1 million jobs from this kind of things. So if you could see it again, this is part of the dead bodies of the babies that has got burned. And there is another one here, if you could see it. And this is another baby that has been struck by the flood. And you could see this sky tie is part of the problems. And somebody has, the flood has carried the person, and this is through this car tie, the person has lost his life. So it all symbolizes a lot of things together, and it tells you that there is million opportunity. If you look at the Save Ghana, it is this kind of beverage drink is, I believe, this one. So this is what I use. So if I cut up this edge here, and I use it and created this kind of wedge. So from the upper side, I shouldn't waste it. So I also use the upper side because it already has its own design. So I use it and create a June 3rd to create awareness for people to see. So that if we take a lesson from what happened, it will be, instead of to happen again as a disaster, it will be a blessing for Mother Ghana. So those who has lost their life, to me, I see it as a sacrifice to save Mother Ghana in the near future and the youths that are coming on. There is no any perfect place than this place because this is what the disaster occurred. So that's why I decided to come here, so that people will see it and think, because as you said, people has appreciate it. As you also said, you also appreciate it. Should it stop here? No. My vision is that from here on the June 3rd, when we celebrate this, I am going around in the regions to create another awareness. But I will start it in the primary schools, where I will be teaching the primary pupils that every polythene bag you see on your way to school and your way to your home, carry it, took it home. I will find a day and train you. You should be using that polythene bags and create your school bags.
So I must say that it was emotional when I went there and I saw how what happened on June 3 was depicted in this form of art. I must confess that my eyes were tearing up. But you've been sending us some of your comments here. But before I take your comments on WhatsApp and Facebook, I also spoke to some people who stopped by to take a look at the artwork. And here's what they had to say.
I think this is just a splendid idea. I mean, to find one of our very own, turn waste, which is a major problem within this country, into something this creative and this nice, I think is something laudable, and he should be encouraged, whoever it is. I saw this yesterday after work for the first time, and I thought it was great. This is supposed to be a big imprint on our minds, on my own self and the very minds of our other Ghanaian nationals, so that they would desist from this rampant and haphazard throwing of refuse on our streets and in our drains. Yeah.
Well, to me, the art is really nice, and it's really portraying a message that we should keep our nation clean. As we can see, the posters it's sending a laudable message that the rubbish we create caused the 3rd June disaster, and we pray that this would send information to each one of us to keep our nation clean, so that this disaster might not happen to us again.
Okay, so people sharing what they felt from looking at that particular artwork. But here on Facebook, we put up a video there for you to see and comment. Now, Wonder Rain says, well, this art brings fresh pain, and she thinks it should not be done. She's asking whether it is to make them cry, make us cry, or bring back painful moments. Well, the artist says that he's trying to create a form of campaign for people to avoid throwing rubbish into drains. And for him, that is what caused the flood on June 3 last year. Now, Margaret Ohiman Nkrumah says, it's very okay. It will help us not forget loved ones who died a painful death in the June 3 fire. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Stephen Kubom says, this is memorable. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. And this one says, wow, this is something we must all embrace and support. And it's such an abstract artwork, but it's still a very great one if you take your time to think through it and look at it. This one says, the guy has a dream. Let's give him our maximum support. You didn't add your name and location. And this one says, inspiring message from the artist. I'm impressed. And this is Robert at Inquanta. And this one says, we must pray to God to help us in such times, and we must behave positively so our activities will not affect the nation. This is Ora Beidou from the Abebrese Pharmacy in Konongo. This one says, the gentleman is good and he has really done well. God bless Mother Ghana. This is from Alo KG in Tema. Okay, and this one says, I'm mesmerized. It's such a motivational story, but unfortunately you think that many Ghanaians would treat it as one of those stories, and you're asking that we should support him. His idea is great and turn the mess into a message. Okay, this is from Solomon from Kwame Danso SHS. Thank you. And Michael Amenin in the UK says, indeed, I'm always in tears when this 3rd June twin disaster news comes in the media again. Now, he is asking whether the leadership of President Mahama has learned a lesson from the disaster. He's not sure. That's what he says. And he says, may the souls of those who died in the disaster rest in perfect peace. And this says, this is a very commendable effort full of many lessons, and I share his thoughts. This is Desmond from Keta. A lot of your messages coming in, but we can continue the interaction on our Facebook page. Get there if you want to see the video again. It's uploaded there, and look at it again. You can share it. You're free to share, and let's support what he's doing. But